It's Mike Conley on Quality Custom Rides in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, where we build custom cars. We built this for a friend of mine. His name is Dave Warner. This is a 1948 Studebaker truck that we didn't like the nose, so we put a 38 Ford Standard grille on and a 39 Ford hood. The entire chassis is handmade. It's a tubular chassis. The truck has been sectioned 4 inches to make it lower, made all the door skins, stretched the hood. Some of the features on it, one of the biggest is it's a removable hardtop. The top comes off completely, and so do the posts on the windows, on the doors. So it makes...
We're seeing right here.
Yeah, this is just set up so it shows the difference.
Yeah.
That's just up in the air so that people can see that it does come off. The door posts come off to make it a full roadster. So
That's what's on the road.
So this goes on. Yeah, and then it locks in place. And then you have your window, still works. The color is actually a black diamond from a Cadillac. And the orange is a custom mix that we did that actually turns into a yellow out in the sun. And I don't know if I could put some light on for you people to see, but it has a lot of orange and gold pearl in it. So the engine is a 30 over 350 with a 244 B&M supercharger. Makes about 600 horse. The air cleaner is actually designed after an old Studebaker ad. They had a bird's beak in the ad, and that was designed after that. The firewall had been pushed back. The hinges have been put inside. They're on gas struts. Underneath of the hood was molded in real carbon fiber.
A lot of time in this.
Oh yeah.
So this was here when it was built. This was built to be in one of the custom shows.
It was built just to take around. My customer Dave asked me. He said, "I want to build a car that I don't sit in the back of the room, but I don't have to win every award." So he wanted to go around and just have fun showing. So they're Tees design seats that were custom made just for this truck in that color. All the electronics are behind the seats because we ran out of room under the dash. Center console was handmade. The floor is the same wood as the running boards and the bed. The dash is a 41 Commander Studebaker dash that we rearranged the chrome, got rid of the ashtray, that kind of thing. It is signed by Gene Winfield. It was picked in 2014 as the Winfield Car of the Year. So the running board itself was not only for a running board, but it was designed to hold the cab and the bed tight together. We made the bed real tight to the cab, which you can't do. They move separate. So what we did was we made receivers and slid the running board on and then bolt the running board to the bed and the cab to make it one body. Then it moves together so that they do not hit. It's a vintage Q wheel. We have Willwood disc brakes on it that are custom painted. Everything underneath is custom painted, hand built. The chassis, I think I said already, but the chassis is all round tube chassis with a 4-link.
Go back here.
So instead of making a tailgate, we made it into a trunk. And we wanted to hide the gas fill, the battery, the extinguisher, and the on-off switch. So the Studebaker Drivers Club is actually the on-off switch for the whole car, the whole truck. The original VIN plate for the Studebaker is there. And then the only piece of chrome from the Studebaker that we put on was the bird from the glove box of the 41 Commander. We put back on the tailgate, and we surrounded it with painted carbon fiber.
Again, that's all hand done.
Yes, that's not real, that's just paint.
Hopefully we're going to catch this, but this metallic. And it does flip-flop. a little bit, or change colors in sunlight.
Absolutely. The orange goes to a yellow, actually, in the sun.
The tail lights once again here.
So the taillights were handmade. Not only are they custom taillights, but they're custom in the way that they flash. We designed the turn signal, the brake light, and the running lights all to do different things.
Very nice there. Appreciate the walk around.
The only other thing I was going to say is the only piece of fiberglass on the whole, besides the console, on the whole truck was the inner wheel tubs. We couldn't find Studebaker fenders fast enough to make the wheel tub.
those heavies, they can move. Even the older ones are in the 50s. You build them on
Something about this record is never get old. Here comes the king. Stand aside. Here comes the king. Here comes the king. Stand aside. Stand aside. With guitar in hand, up front in the band. Here comes the king.
Hi.
Tell us about the beautiful 59 Chevy Bel Air today.
Okay, it's a 1959 Chevy Bel Air. It was green and white originally. I bought it as an original car about 5 years ago.
Now this car, as we're looking at it, right, Julie? Did you again restored this, right?
Right.
Yes. Start. So it hasn't looked like this when you first purchased it. It was in pretty rough shape.
It was in good shape, but it was worn. It was a 1959 original car.
Now, the color's beautiful. Tell us a little bit about the color.
All right, the color's a light sage green on the bottom and like a darker gray on the top.
'59, the year of the fins, you know.
Big fins and the big tail lights.
That was it, huh?
All the chrome on the car is originally, the car come from California, so it was really a solid car. But all the chrome on the car is original, except the bumpers were re-chromed. Well, the interior, the seats are 64 Chevy SS seats that were restored with vinyl, a gray vinyl, and a houndstooth, like out of a Camaro, or later Camaro. In the back,
Some of the Cougars had it also.
right. The back was kind of designed to look like buckets, but they're not. But the headliner is the original headliner from 1959. It's still in here.
The lights still work? Of course.
The light, oh, the light up there? No, we always disconnect them because we have doors open too often.
A little bit about them.
The gauges are Dakota digital gauges. They were installed to run with the LS engine. And it's a 6-speed standard shift. The engine is an LS1 out of a 2010 Corvette. It's got a bat wing oil pan on it in order to fit in. We still had to cut the cross member an inch to get it to fit so it would set level.
What are you looking at underneath that cover?
Yeah, it's a Ramjet 350.
350. Running nice. I'm sure of that.
Got about 400 horsepower. Changed the cam in it.
Man. All right. We only get the cover, everybody. That's it. It's the end of this story.
Has anybody got wrenches?
Only get it.
Sometimes you need that.
TV, check me out. Rider TV. Come on through. They should have watched Rider TV, brother.
Rider TV.
Rider TV.
Brad, you see that Bonneville station wagon? Did you hear it?
Yeah. Jeff back there is nice.
Yeah, they kept changing motors.
The steel wheels, dogfish hubcaps. Yeah. It's just like the ultimate sleeper. It's cool as hell.
Hi, I'm John Adams from Millersville, Pennsylvania, and this is my 32 Ford 3-window coupe. I have period correct stuff on the whole car. It was scratch built, not a kit. Scratch built. It's meant to represent what you would have built in the early 60s. Aftermarket body, aftermarket frame.
Let's talk a little bit about the color here.
The color is red from a 1966 Chevrolet Nova.
Huh.
And I've built several cars that we have painted this color.
Little lady look there, I like that.
Yep.
You've been to some good guy shows?
Yeah. They don't have one on the East Coast anymore. I don't know what the problem with that was, but
Let's talk a little about the engine, please.
engine is 350. It's 4-bolt main out of a 72 Suburban. And nothing really fancy. It's got a little bit of a cam, aluminum intake, Holly 4-barrel, block hugger headers. Other than that, it's pretty much stock internals and everything.
So your little drip can there. I know it's everybody. Some guys put bottles on there. You have a Coca-Cola can, so.
Yeah, I used to have a beer can,
Yeah.
but I quit drinking. So.
Yeah, I caught that from doing a lot of these cars. Everybody has their own little thing.
Yeah.
So do you have for your exhaust? Do you have breakouts here on the side?
Yeah. We drag race this a couple times.
Really, huh?
Yeah.
What tracks have you gone to?
Beaver Springs.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Nice historical track. Beaver Springs.
What's that?
Nice historical track.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We raced there for years.
Maple Grove at all?
I've been to Maple Grove, but never raced there. We raced at New Media.
Wow.
And also a strip that's now closed called Skyview in Owego, New York.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Not necessarily with this car. This car, we have run this at Beaver.
So you're registered in the state of Pennsylvania, and
Yes.
I asked you earlier off camera about the fenders. So was it period? It wasn't a period thing. It's a thing really for legal. In
It was a
Pennsylvania.
combination. Yeah, this looks period. When we built this car, we started in 1997, and I think we painted it in 2000.
So you have a shop.
I do,
You build as a hobby.
as a hobby. Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
we had just built a new shop. We've actually just moved from northern Pennsylvania to southern Pennsylvania.
And this is for your own bills.
Yes.
You build and sell, or just your own bills?
Sometimes I sell. Usually when I build, I got so much of myself into it. I've got 5 or 6 cars now. Most of them just sit because I don't have time to drive them all. But we keep building. Once in a while, I will sell one.
So on the back end here, we're looking at the chrome here on the bumper.
Yep.
Stock about the chrome.
Stock 32 Ford rear bumper.
Wow.
Those connecting rods that hold the exhaust came off a friend of mine's front engine dragster that he blew up.
He has 327 on it.
Yep. And there was only 4 rods left. The rest of them were trash.
Isn't that cool, huh?
Yeah, he gave me 2 of them to put for exhaust hangers.
Oh, that is really cool. Nice pinstripe in there.
Yep, pinstriper up home, a guy who's been doing it since he was probably 12 years old. He's probably 80 now, but he still does it. Guy's name is Lloyd Richards.
Hubcaps and dishes there are real nice. A little bit about those.
I'm sorry?
Dishes and the hubcaps there?
Yeah. That's called baby moons, yeah.
Baby moons, right?
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yep, that's period. Same with the trim ring. The wheels are later Corvette, like 68, 69 Corvette on the back.
Beautiful.
And they're like...
Can we take a look inside there?
Sure.
Wow, huh?
Now, I did not do the seats myself. I had a guy that did that. The seats are actually out of a 76 Mercury Capri, which was a Mustang type car, but it was foreign built.
A lot of decals in here. You're a decal guy.
Well, you know, you drive something for 20 years, you tend to, oh, that looks cool, I'm going to stick that on there.
Nice switches there. And she's an automatic.
Yeah.
Hey, I like the door locks.
Well, that's mandatory. I know 3 people at least that have had a door come open because they haven't had a lock, and it can cause some serious damage. That's why they call them suicide doors.
Now, the rear view mirror, is that your original rear view mirror?
Yeah. Yeah, you can buy almost anything reproduction for these.
Beautiful.
For 32s. Most of the Fords, they reproduce almost everything for them.
Tell you what, she's beautiful. So this is a 34?
34 Ford, 2-door sedan.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
And where are you out of now?
Millersville, Pennsylvania.
So this is your father.
Correct.
Earlier.
Yep. This is how I got into all this.
You 2 guys been hanging around doing this for a while, right?
Yes, sir. I built my first car, which he bought me. It was a wrecked 66 Nova drag car, and I still have that car today. Yep. So that was I was 13 years old, and I still have that car. And next year will be 35 years I've been driving that car.
Oh my gosh.
So,
right?
yep.
That's cool.
This came along much later.
All right, let's come over here.
Yeah.
So, taking a look at this here, so we see a little bit of differences in the 2 cars, to the style of them.
Yes.
This is really this is the Tudor style, right?
Yes, this is a 34 sedan. This is the original frame, the original steel body. Everything on the car is steel. I drug the body out of a farm in Southern Virginia.
Yep.
Yeah. And it was basically beyond saving, but it took 7 years and it's here.
So this was pretty much roach pretty much.
It was, yeah. So basically, there was no floors or anything, but that was fine. I channeled the car 9.5 inches over the original frame. The passenger side door I built from scratch. I had the top half. I made the bottom half. I made a couple of plywood bucks, just used flat stock steel and made that door.
Now the grill is...
The grill is an original grill. Yep, that's why it's in the condition it's in. Those are pretty tough to come by.
Yeah. Now a lot of guys now are smooth. They're smoothing them out. I don't know what they call it there. They get rid of the cap.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this is the surefire way that's an original steel grill.
Yeah.
All the repo ones, they don't have that notch out. That was the original fill for the radiator.
Right. Okay. Well, I was saying a lot of times.
Yeah.
I see them too. They remove that.
Yep.
Actually, that really just gives that period.
It does, and a lot of the aftermarket hoods they don't have accommodations for that, so they make them a little bit different.
Good shape.
So the original frame is boxed. This is all basically I-beam suspension, disc brakes. This is a 327 Chevy, mid 60s-ish. It's been in about 10 cars that I've had.
Jeez, you got a nice Harley carburetor.
Yeah,
right there. What
Holly.
model carburetor is that? There?
That is a Holly 650.
650.
Yep. It is a 5-speed out of a
This end has been in how many cars?
probably 10.
Wow.
It's,
Talk about a life.
It's seen some action. I rebuilt it before it went in this. It's just stock. It's nothing wild. This car is enough to handle as it is.
Nice build.
5-speed out of a 91 Camaro.
I like the pipes on it.
Yep, those are leg burners for sure. And as you can see, I also drag race this occasionally.
Yeah.
Knock the header pipes off and burn the paint off first time, so got that out of the way.
Wow, huh?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. That's all fiberglass wrap?
That is, it's a ceramic heat shield. It doesn't help. You can still burn yourself.
Take a look around the back here.
Yes. So, as I said, the bottom probably foot of the car was pretty well gone. They repo wheel wells; those are new, and I basically handmade this piece, which you can kind of tell.
Yeah.
But
it's a 12-foot car.
It is.
Back 12 feet, but you're enjoying it. How much driving do you do around on the car shows?
Nothing too long distance. This is about 25 miles. That's about enough in that car with the way it's channeled so deep and trying to shift it with the clutch. It's
another thing that's unique for these cars. Is the window style.
Yes, and this roof. These are originally canvas roofs with a big hole in them.
That's right. Weren't they wood?
Yes. Oh yeah. This is all wood frame car. Yeah. This is out of a 91 Blazer.
Yep.
I cut that out, welded that whole panel in there.
Take a look at the inside here.
Yes. Again, with the suicide doors, which this one has come open at about 60 miles an hour. I now have safety locks.
I'll have to start looking for that. I don't look at them. I'll have to start looking more at it, you know?
Yeah. I did all the interior myself, obviously. Mustang seats. That's really about the only thing that was purchased. No, they don't. That's it.
I saw it. Okay.
Yep.
And of course, seatbelts you have to have that.
Oh yeah. Yep. The dash was obviously channel at 9.5 inches was some challenge getting the steering column in and everything. So I cut out where the original speedometer cluster was, and the dash was already pretty well hacked up, so that wasn't an issue. But it's tight.
Nice 4-speed.
5-speed.
5-speed.
Yes.
Wow. Holy smokes, huh? What kind of gear ratio do you have on
373.
373.
Posi. This is where you can see the evidence. Well, this is the channeling. So originally, the floor would be at this level of the rocker. So that's how far I raised the floor up and channeled it down over the frame.
Oh wow! Okay. Yep.
Which severely limits your interior space.
That's
but
how I'll start looking at this when I see the other cars.
Yep.
Look at that really tell you a story about how far they channeled it.
The way I mocked it up is I had the seat sitting on blocks, and I gave one fist to my head. As you can see, it's tight, but it's just enough room that if you hit a bump, your head won't hit the roof.
Suspension, you should be okay.
Yeah. Yep.
And of course, it's made to rumble and rock and roll.
It is.
So that's it. Can you start it up for me?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. How you doing? We're back. I finally made it back here to see the Hermobile.
There you go.
So you have quite the collection here. So just tell me, what is the whole thing about the Kermit Muppets here that got you?
Well, I bought the car in Florida years ago and brought it home. I had a Kermit from 1959, a Jim Henson's.
An original?
Kermit. Yeah, an original. And we finally decided, well, let's make the frogs. Let's have the frogs. And people that look at this car, instantly they smile.
Just like I did.
Yes.
And then we needed a trailer because you always have to take pop-ups or something. And he got a 1938 Kelvinator refrigerator and built it into it's all open inside, so we can have that for our trailer.
Yep.
And really works out nice.
Is the original Kermit here?
No,
he stays at home. He don't come out anymore.
He's in a glass bottle somewhere.
That's Grandpa. These are all his kids and grandkids.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome.
We enjoyed. She makes all the clothes for them. She dresses them in all the clothes, and
well, you know, you're gonna have a lot of people ordering these clothes now after they see the video.
Yeah. Well, you know, I make all their toys, their teeter-totter, their bicycles in my wood shop, and it's something that her and I share.
It's awesome
that we can be together and doing something.
Yep.
And you know, and like I said, people love Kermit.
Now, how many years have you been coming to this show?
With this car here, 22.
Wow.
22 years awesome, we've been doing, and it's mostly been right on this curve.
I would say the same shady spot on the tree.
Same shady spot.
We used to be up at the end, and then they made a memorial there.
Right.
So okay, now what do we do?
Now we find another spot.
Nice chatting with you.
Thank you.
We appreciate it, and it's a great show. We love it. We come every year, and we'll come again.
To see the Kermit Mobile.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. Thank you.
Right before that movie came out. Oh, $30,000. Hell yeah. Right? Yeah. I bought this from the store reader. I thought I saw it. Store reader? Yeah. What about and if I
Yeah.
So, really?
Yeah. Must have been off the private deal or something, but that's all it went now on Facebook.
Guilted me in the get, isn't it? No, it is nice. Chevy logo. Oh, you didn't tell it was a 4-speed. Nice. Very nice, man. Check out Rider TV, okay? Rider TV. Beautiful classic. How you doing, sir? Beautiful.
Glad you like it.
All right, I'm gonna get you. Chad's like, what else you have something else?
Hi, how are you?
What's your first name?
Lester.
How you doing, Lester?
Wonderful.
Where did you travel from?
Quakertown, Pennsylvania.
Okay, you're close.
Excuse me?
You're not too far off.
No, 100 miles.
So how rare is this Packard here?
Well, we've been bringing this Packard out here for over 10 years. And this year is the, I have not seen another one on the lot.
And what year is it, please?
1940.
1940, wow. Take a look here. So what's the 110 there? What's that emblem stand for, the 110?
That's the model number.
Model number, okay. Original Packard engine right there, right?
No, that's a 1971 Cadillac engine.
Cadillac engine, but you got the Packard carburetors.
Yeah.
Jeez. Pretty rough. Jeez, huh? This is period correct, right? This is actually the way it rolled off the factory floor.
It's all original.
Now, how long have you owned the car?
20 years.
20 years, wow. Did you restore this?
Yeah.
You restored it?
Over the interior, we had the interior done professionally.
Yeah.